morning, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. You betcha, it's another episode of Sourcing Fodder. So today, it's not even, I do this every time, literally, it's like a broken record. It's actually the afternoon. I've just finished up at Backpacks, doing a routine thrift on the way home. I haven't done this for a while. I've actually been saving a couple of weeks off in terms of saving some dollars, being able to, put that aside for some other things and, getting into some of the more bulk deals and just building that cash reserve up. But I haven't done it for a while, so I want to go show face, see some of my local usuals and see what goodies they could potentially have. We've got some chippies today. Big shout out to Secondhand Gang, Vic. It's been a while. I've been delaying that more and more because I just haven't needed to be eating them. But today I have no excuses and I'm keen to get into those bad boys. So we'll get into those shortly. I also asked you guys on Instagram for some, if anyone had any questions that they wanted answered, and I've got a bunch that have come through. So we're going to be going through them today as well. Of course, this is, by the time you're watching this, it's about a week later, so they might be a little bit behind, and people might not have got them in on time by the time of me filming this. So I do apologize in advance if you didn't get your question answered. I'll try and include it in another one. All right, let's go to the first Opshop. I'll probably get into the chips on the way there, and yeah, let's make it happen. All right, let's start these bad boys on the way to Salvo's, and this is a mustard and honey. I'm actually pretty keen for this, to be honest. So thank you, Secondhand Gang Vic. I appreciate it. Oh, they smell good. They smell really good. I've never had a mustard and honey. It's really good. Oh, this is really good. Well done, mate. Wow. Okay, I'll take it. I'm a happy man. I'm set for the day. I'm sorry, but you're missing out on the chippies. All right, team, nearly got nothing in there. I put the books back, I put the video game back. They just, well, the books were ripped inside, so put them back straight away. They could have done 40 bucks, that set of 4, but with the condition, I wasn't gonna risk it. They'll just sit around for too long. And then the game wasn't worth much anyway, but it was just cool to find an Xbox One game. That wasn't just one of your FIFAs or whatever. And then on the way out, I found that, what is it, the dancing bass fish. So it does have a lot of, rust and whatnot, acid leak from the batteries in the battery compartment. But however, it was $7. I've got the receipt. I can test it, all that jazz, and I can get my money back, which is fine. So I'll probably just put a bit of alcohol with it, see what I can do, clean it up a bit, and that can go on to do about 120 bucks. So hopefully, it'd be pretty cool to get that. Never sold one of those before, but I've been on the lookout for them forever. So we'll see what happens. We're going to jump onto some Q&A, getting a few questions, and the first one that came through was from Retro Hunter and Gatherer, and I'll put it up on screen. You can have a look. I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to read out the question, and then I'm going to drive and answer the question. But essentially, the question is, do you have any other big plans for your business? It's a very interesting question, and the short answer of this is yes. I want to grow this, well, keep growing it, that's the idea. But I guess to answer it without giving away too much detail, I guess, I look at all this kind of thing as a long-term game, and I'm happy to play it out for a long term. But at the moment I've done $120,000 in revenue. I've got some smaller goals that I want to hit first. I want to do $60,000 profit in 1 year, and that would be gross, not net. I also want to try and do a $10,000 a month. I also want to then I guess the next big move would be to have someone working for me, and that's probably the next thing that I'm working on. I'm getting that down pat and getting that right, meaning systems and workflow and things like that. Because once I can do that, it means I have leverage. I can use other people's time and other people's money, well, more so their time, to make me more money. And where you can use other people's time or other people's money, that means you've got it working for you, and you can do less and get more, or get the same. So that's the really intent there, to grow that out and then continue to grow that out. I've got some really long-term ambitions, but for now I'm not going to dive into those too deep. You can just watch me build that out over time. But I hope that answers your question. Sorry if it's a bit fluffy, but yeah, I've got big aspirations, but ideally I want to grow the income from this, have someone else working for me so I can be doing other stuff and, you know, working on my coaching and for the lifestyle and things like that, but also to help the business grow in itself. So that comes over time, learning, experience, trying, failing, learning from mistakes, learning from other people, and also trying to take action towards the things that you do want. So I've got big, bold ambitions, but I have to work towards making that happen. So yep. The next question, from B, the Gathered House: would you ever cut your hair again short, maybe a charity live stream? Short, not short. I don't think I'd ever shave it, no. But in terms of cutting it short to what I previously had it as, if anyone has seen my old photos, you'll know what she's referring to. Look, at this point, I'm probably going to focus more on just getting it as a haircut, just in general, to manage it, because it's getting a bit crazy with the heat and things like that, and the wind of recent has been crazy. So I'll probably get it trimmed, but going short, I don't know. I've really enjoyed getting long hair. I've always had short hair, and I've only really had this for 2 years, so I don't know. It's actually a really good question, B. Look, in a year's time, when I do my next charity live stream in 25th of September next year in 2023, it's definitely something maybe I could consider, now that I'm thinking about it. But we'll see. So short answer is, at this point in time, not getting it short. I'll probably just get it cut a bit to be managed. But yeah, sorry to disappoint. All right, we're pulling up to the next Opshop, and then we'll dive into some more questions. All right, team, we've got a whippersnipper guy going on behind me, but we've just paid up. We've paid $163. We've got quite a lot of goodies in there. We got, oh, jeepers. We got The Crow, we got Hannibal, we got a box set of DVDs, and also some Duck Dynasty collectibles as well. So we've paid up the big bucks, and we'll see how we go. Some shout out to some folks, Diver Flipper and Uncle Wayno and the crew, for helping me understand what's worth what and all that jazz. So appreciate it, fellas and folks. Yeah, now I'm going to do another Q&A. We will continue on. Next stop is Vinny's, and then we've probably got 2 more after that. So let me just see what the question is. All right, so the question was from Matt's What I Am. Thanks for asking, mate. You asked, hopefully I won't butcher this, you said, you basically asked if I could be a friend with a celebrity, who would it be and why? I'm not sure what defines a celebrity. I'm not a big celebrity follower. There's obviously certain people that I would think are celebrities, but maybe they're not in the big picture for everyone else's understanding of a celebrity. So I'm just going to say, who would I be friends with? Maybe I'll look at it, answer it from this way. Who do I take the most inspiration from? So therefore that's who I'd want to be friends with. But I think there's probably 2. If it was from a serious point of measure, it would be Pat Flynn. He's an entrepreneur. He's got a couple of YouTube channels, and someone that I really look up to in terms of just building your own empire. Really nice guy. So Pat Flynn. The other one would probably be, if I could be friends with, would be Jack Black. I mean, I think he's a pretty cool guy. He's just relatable with the things that he does. He's just funny, and yeah, I think he brings a lot of humor and fun to the world. And what I like about Jack Black so much is he just doesn't care what other people think about him. So I think we could all do that a lot better in our own lives, not care what other people think. So great question, and that's the answer. All right, team, didn't get too much from there. Had a look around, had a bit of a chat. There was a couple of things there, but no, I just wasn't convinced. And someone walking in front of me. All right, yeah, so I didn't really get anything. I got a Ben 10's Omnitrix watch. I don't think it's complete. I paid $3 for it, so I'm not sure how it will do, but yeah, I reckon I'll get 20 or 30 bucks for it. Risking it. It's $3, not too fussed compared to everything else I spent today. So we'll see how we go. But now we're off to the next shop, and the next shop, haven't actually got anything there for like, jeepers, it must have been about 6 weeks, to be honest. I've maybe picked up one or two things, but nothing. I haven't had many big hauls from these shops for a while, so that's okay. It's all part of the reality. I do have a question that I'm going to answer though, and that is from Tommy Thrifts, and the question was, what's the best way to gain knowledge on Pokemon cards? Is there a website? As it's all a little bit overwhelming. So I got to ask you a question to answer the question. I think you need to really understand is like, are you wanting to understand the knowledge around Pokemon to sell or to collect? Either or, they will help you, but I think that just changes the game a little bit. So if it's for selling, you know, just jump on eBay and see what things are selling for, like go to comps and all that jazz. If you're trying to understand, you know, when looking in the wild, what to be looking for, it's quite overwhelming, but same thing, you got to do your research because there's so many fakes. I don't have a go-to site. I mean, you can look up eBay or TCG player that has all the cards on it, but really when it comes down to, you know, conditions and versions and fakes and all that jazz, you need to just sit down, do some YouTubing, like research on YouTube, or do some Google searching and just look out for yourself, because I don't actually have a lot of the answers. I have people ask me so much, which is great. I'm so grateful for it. But I've only been doing Pokemon for 2 years, like, and I started from sets from 2020. So a lot of the older stuff I'm still learning and trying to get a groove around and understand that, you know, what is fake, what isn't fake. And I've chatted to a few people where we've both been surprised when we've learned that certain cards were fake. Some of them are very easy to tell, and some of them you can see because they're totally all shiny and it's just like, it just doesn't have the same blend as a normal card. But to be honest, Tommy, I don't know if this answers your question of what you were wanting, but you're just going to have to spend some extra time and do some due diligence. Some of the Pokemon YouTube channels that I like to follow, PokeRev, and there is also Pat Flynn who does Deep Pocket Monster. You can learn by watching, but again, they're not going to these places and purchasing cards from like markets and things like that. So you just got to do your research. It's a long answer, I apologize. We're pulling up at the next shop and then I'll answer the next question. Alright team, didn't really get anything from there. I did. I got one thing. I got a pair of shoes which cost me $5, some Italian shoes. Never really done those before, but comped them and they were going for like $45, so I figured give them a go. They do need a good clean, that's for sure, but I think that's something I can handle. So I paid $5 for one item. Alright, next up is one more shop if they're still open by the time I get there, which is probably a no, I reckon. That's alright, I need to go to the post office and pick up some stuff. But I do have one more question. Actually, I think I got two more. I've got one from Toby, Captain Opshop Nerd, and he said, did you know you have a caterpillar on your lip? I don't know what that means. The next one is from Uncle Wayno. I'm gonna put it up on screen and you guys can read it for yourself, and I do apologize when you read it. He said, can you please say no? I'm not gonna say it, mate. So he's been trying to get me to say that for a very long time. And I'm going to do my best to not. So, sorry mate, not today. I did say I'd answer your question though. I just didn't say I was gonna say it. So, unlucky. All right team, I'm gonna continue on. Might either take you through one more shop, which I haven't really been taking you through much of the shops anyway, because I haven't been filming. And otherwise, I'll see you next when I'm going through all the goodies. So we've done all right today. Not too bad. All right, team, we've managed to get to the last one. They were open and they even had some goodies in there, so pretty happy with that. I've got two little Atari arcade handhelds from late 1980s or early 1990s, I think it was. Also got a Mark Knight collector's book, and I got some trading cards. I think they're fake, but they were $2 a pop and they were still sealed, so I don't know. I have to do a bit of research, but I took a gamble on them, so I spent 25 bucks. Definitely gonna make some good money in there, hopefully. So I guess we'll find. It's not money until you've sold it, so you can't bank your buckaroos until it's in the bank itself. All right, that's it from there, team. I do have one more question from Diary of a Flipper himself. He said, what did you have for dinner Sunday night? Fish and chips. Fish and chips usually every Sunday night with the family, extended family, and yeah, that's what we had. Cool question, dude. All right, I'm gonna go into the post office, jump over to IGA, and then I'm gonna head home. All right, team, we are back, and I'm gonna quickly unpack everything, show you what we got today. Some pretty cool stuff. I haven't actually shown you in detail yet, so we're gonna do that. And then I'll take you through it all. And yeah, if you've got questions, comments, chuck them down below. Some of this is a bit of a gamble, but this is how you learn. This guy. Pretty sure there's a fake, but hey, I've got to do a little bit of research. All of these guys paid 50 cents a pop for each of these. They should do all right. Not too bad condition. $5 for this guy. Should do all right with him. And these two fellas, $5 each. This guy is actually working. Pair of shoes. Need a little bit of a clean, but not too bad. This little fella. Alright, we've got Hannibal as well. He's one of the big wins for today. He's not going to stay there, so put him to the side. The big win for today was the Crow. So he's paid up for him. We've paid $90, so he should do all right. Comps are suggesting pretty good on him. These two fellas. Ta-da! Also got this. Majority of these are brand new and sealed inside. I did pay $20 for this. I sold this one for $59 before, so pretty happy with that. And this one was a bit of a gamble as well. I only paid $5 for this, but it's from 2013, unopened. I reckon I might be able to some collector get some dollar reduced for it too, so not too bad. Alright, so as you can see, quite a lot here. Not too bad. He's the big win. He's actually quite tall. Just to give you some perspective, like he's quite big. He's quite big. So solid win there. We'll see how we go. If you do have any questions, do let me know. I'll let you know what's sold, of course. If nothing's sold, then you'll see nothing. But this is how much we spent for the day. We spent quite a lot. Overall, we've paid up, but I think we have some good opportunity here. This is the potential return. Yeah, now to list it. Appreciate being here. If you've got any questions, chuck them down below. Otherwise, you have a wonderful day. Cheers.